It's not.
And I'm like, what are they talking about? And the answer was, Ric Flair appeared.
Ric Flair's never been given to a person before?
Well, I don't know that. I mean, that was the way it was described earlier this afternoon. It was kind of weird wording.
Yeah, it is weird wording.
But it was Ric Flair, Dave.
I mean, there have been Ric Flair surprises many times.
Yes.
Yeah, Ric Flair showed up on TV, on AEW TV for the first time. Big surprise. I know that he was going to go there. What was it about? It was right when that Dark Side of the Ring thing came out that he was going to go there, and I don't know this, but I was assuming that he was going to go as the manager of Andrade. But he and Tony Khan had a verbal deal, and then after Dark Side came out, it was not the right time, and so they saved it for now. And he gave the impression he's going to be on, several shows, not just...
That was a question. Like, is he a regular now? I mean, he said that...
I hope not regular. Regular, I don't think that's a good idea for him to be a regular, but
I don't know, man. He said that he mentioned March, because I think he thought that Revolution was in March, which it may very well be.
It probably is.
Yeah, and he said, I'd be honored if you allowed me to stick around and go on this ride with you. So that sounded like he's going to be around with Sting pretty regularly.
Yeah, I mean, I would bring him to select cities, but I don't see a reason to put him on TV every week. But, again, it's the contract year. And, I mean, Rick, it's the contract year, and I think that they're really trying to hotshot as many stars for ratings purposes because of, the name value and things like that. But by doing that, you're also aging the show, and nostalgia. Nostalgia usually is, when it comes to TV ratings, is usually a short drug, not a long-term thing. So, Rick on the show intermittently, probably could help a little bit, but I don't think that it's a good idea to have him as a weekly character. But, as far as with the Sting countdown, maybe being on the pay-per-views that Sting is on, like the show in Los Angeles. I mean, I could see him being in Sting's corner for that. That makes sense. Get one spot in where he chops somebody. It's easy pop. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with that. And, and of course part of the, I thought it would be really good to have him and some of those guys, Lex Luger, Nikita Koloff, the guys from that era, Arn Anderson, those type of guys, have some of those guys on, the Steiner brothers, people like that, have some of those people on, or at least Scott Steiner. I don't know if Rick's a good idea right now, but, have some of those people on the March show when Sting has his final appearance, and other people that are still alive that people associate with Sting. From more from WCW. I mean, it was funny when Tony Schiavone, Tony Schiavone acted like the Flair Sting match in 1988 is what put TBS wrestling on the map. That's a little cringeworthy, I would say, because TBS wrestling started in 1976, and as far as who put that on the map, I mean, there's only two people that you could give that to, and the main one I would say is Dusty Rhodes, because he was the big star when they really started drawing big ratings in the late 70s. You could argue Wrestling 2, who was also a very big star there, but Wrestling 2 was the top guy really before the thing. Like they were in some markets and everything, but when they really started getting into 30 million homes, 20 million, 30 million homes, let me think about this. It was, I believe 30 million homes by the early 80s. So that's Dusty. Dusty was really the big star when I know when we started watching, when we started getting it was 79, and it was very clear, Dusty Rhodes and Ole Anderson, was the big feud, but Dusty was the man, it wasn't Ric Flair. Ric Flair came, later.
All right, we've got some injuries to talk